where we left off season
Yes.
1 obviously was this huge cliffhanger moment. Season 2 picks back up immediately at that moment. So there's, in the initial opening to season 2, there's not a lot of time for us to reflect necessarily. It's action-packed. Why do you feel like that's the perfect way to jump back into this world?
Well, it's a thriller, and it's a fast-paced thriller, and we do change the show up a little bit. We push forward a year, we add new characters, we changed our leading character, we put him in a different place. We do. I will say the focus is more on character this year than it is sort of on the FBI shenanigans. but with that said, it's a relationship thriller. Maybe is the way to say it, or it's a character thriller. But it's definitely a thriller. And that means it has to be fast paced, and that means we live in an age where the audience is so ahead of you all the time when they're watching something. They've seen every trope, they've seen every single twist and turn. So you just got to move fast and furious and give them one. If they've seen that one, boom, wait 5 minutes, there'll be another one. Another minute, there'll be another one, another one, another one. I guarantee you, if you keep it coming fast and furious, you're not going to expect all of them. Some of them will be unexpected, and some of them will be sort of surprising and shocking. And that's the game of this show. It's meant to be a thrill ride. First and foremost, and that's kind of what our focus is.
Now, you mentioned, obviously, that we put Ryan in a different place, or you put Ryan in a different place this season. And last season, it seems like so much of his drive and his success in his mission was because of Joe, because he had that antagonist. Now, removing Joe, at least temporarily, how does that affect Ryan? Why did you choose to have him kind of go this lone wolf route of not telling people what he's doing? And
well, I think last year we dived into Ryan's death curse and how he sort of feels that everyone around him dies. So it's better if he does go. If he does go alone, that he has to sort of stand alone in that because he cares about Mike, and that's why he didn't call him for a year. Because Mike's better off without him. He sort of feels people are better off without him.
Okay.
But with that said, he has sort of faked it until he made it in a lot of ways because he started pretending that he was better. He started pretending that he was healthy and it turned out he became healthy and he became better. And he started having a relationship with a niece that he had never really had a relationship with before. And he started to have feelings for these people, and before he realizes it, he has grown close to these people. It's all sort of a ruse because let's face it, he's a human, and he wants to reach out and touch people, and he wants people to touch him, and he wants to be connected. And that's sort of his journey this year is to admit that he does have hope for his future, and he is connected to these people, and now he has to fight to save their lives at every turn.
Okay. And obviously because the cult believes, or at least a good number of them believe Joe is dead, they're off the rails, it seems. It seems like they're doing things that without order that is a lot scarier, I think.
Yes, and they're just sort of like making statements, and they're doing what they think Joe would do. They're when you're dealing with these psychotic minds, when you're dealing with mental illness, you've got these people who are just they're just impulsive, and then they take it to the extreme.
Do you feel like, though, the fact that it is impulsive and we don't know what's coming, we don't even know who is out there, does that kind of give you a lot more freedom to do different types of crimes?
Well, it does. We wanted to bring in new killers this year. We wanted to, make it less of FBI and more Ryan Hardy, more character, more emotional. And I brought in a bunch of new writers, and with that a goal. And I think we sat in the writers' room, and I think the audience will, if they come, they'll like it because we've worked really hard, and I think we're onto something fun this year. And I think the audience will, if they'll just give it a chance, I think they'll like it. It's a different show, but it still has a lot of what it had last year. But I think it's a much better show. It's new, it's better, it's improved. It's we've sort of got past all the speed bumps of the first year, and we've ironed out a lot of things, and everyone's in a groove, and our crew is doing a great job, and Marco Siega, our director, everyone has just sort of got their groove on, and it's been a fun season.
Now, one of the things that you and I talked about last year that I love is the use of the books in the first season, and in the second season there's a new author, a new book. How much is that actually coming into play
Well,
story?
when the show starts, it's 1 year later, and some tabloid journalist, Carrie Cook, has just sort of rushed a book to print, so it'd be out on the anniversary of his death, so she can make a quick buck.
Right.
And it's called the Havenport Tragedy, and it's all the events based on last year. And Carrie Cook, we hear about the book. For many episodes. Eventually, we meet Carrie Cook,
Okay.
and she does show up,
Okay.
and she does figure in prominently into the story in a very fun way. She's a delicious little character. We bring in, I believe, in episode 8.
Okay, nice. Well,
Yeah.
we'll definitely look forward to that.
Yes.
And then I do have to ask, I mean, Emma also this season, her journey seems so different. She seems so lost in the premiere.
Yes.
Is there, I mean, it seems almost a weird thing to say on a show where she is a psychotic killer, but is there hope for Emma? Can she find herself?
Well, she is definitely lost. She's definitely confused. She's been completely, without thinking Joe's dead. And
Right.
then the suspicion that he may be alive. She's got a lot of mixed emotions there. Did he abandon her? Was he forced to hide out? Like, is he looking for her? I mean, she doesn't know. She's got a lot of questions, and
Okay.
and she's lost.
Okay.
So,
All right,
it's a
great.
journey for her as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
Sure.